Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about the consonants that resemble, not all consonants, some of the consonants that resemble each other. Then we're going to talk about the ein and the akka. We have the ein and the akka in our alphabet. Now, when I'm going to start with the consonants that resemble each other. In a word, sometimes we get confused how to write them, because in a word, when you say them, you get confused if you have to write them in a way or in another way. For example, we have the P, B, and P. In a word, they resemble each other. The D and the T. The G, J, and Ch. G, K. V, F. Z, S. I'm going to say them in Maltese because these I didn't. B, P. D, T. J, Ch. G, K. V, F. Z, S. For example, we're going to make some examples. For example, we have English, 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 or English. When you hear them, English, what are you hearing? Is it an S or a Z or a Z? When you hear them, what are you hearing? English. English means English person. English is an English person. So, when you hear me say them, English, what do you think the letter English ends with which letter? With S or with Z? English. So, to know with which letter it ends, you turn the word in the feminine. You would say Inglisa. We say Inglisa. You're hearing the word Inglisa. I turned English. English is in the masculine, and I turned it into feminine. Inglisa. Za. You can hear the Z. Inglisa. Not Inglisa. I'm not saying Inglisa, S, Inglisa. So, English, it is written with the letter Z, or we say Inglisi, Inglisi. You're hearing the word Z, not Inglisi. I'm not saying Inglisi. I'm saying Inglisi. So, the Z. So, when we write the word English has to be written like that, has to end with a Z. I'm going to make another word. Sorry for my handwriting, but Habib or Habib. Habib is a friend. Is a friend. So, I'm saying Habib. What do you think I'm saying? Habib. Habib. So, to know if the word ends with a B or with a P, we turn it in the feminine. And we say Habiba. We say Habiba. Or we say Habiba. So, as you can hear, Habiba, B. So, Habib ends with a B, because we say Habiba, ba. You can hear the B. We don't say Habiba. I'm not saying Habiba. I'm saying Habiba. So, Habib ends with a B, not with a P. This one is the good one, and this is the good one. Because I'm saying Habiba. You hear a B. I'm going to do another one. Silj or silch. We write silj or silch. Is this the good one, J, or this the good one? So we turn it in the feminine. We say we say silja. You hear we say silja. What are you hearing? A G or a chi? Silja. We're hearing a G. So silj and with a G. Silj, it's ice. Silj, it's ice. So I'm not saying silja. I'm not saying silcha. I'm not saying silcha with the chi. I'm saying silja. So silj ends with a G. Those are some examples of letters that resemble each other. So to know what letter is used in a word where you're confused which letter you're hearing, if it's S or Z, for example, or B or P, you turn the word in the feminine. Inglisa, Z, I'm hearing the Z. Habiba, so I'm hearing the B. Silj, so I'm hearing the G. That's how you know what word you have to write when you can't confuse because of the letters that resemble each other. Some letters that resemble each other. The consonants that resemble each other and how we have to write them. For example, we have zebbuch or zebbuch. As you can hear, zebbuch. You can't know, you don't know if it's a chi or if it's a j. It's a ch or it's a j. Zebbuch. You can't tell which one. So we turn it into the feminine. We say zebbuja. So we say zebbuja. We turned it into the feminine. We turn it into the feminine and we say zebbuja. So you can hear that it's a G, not a chi. I'm not saying zebbucha. I'm saying zebbuja. So zebbuj, it's with a G, not with a chi. This one, we say kelp. You hear the word kelp. You can't tell if it's a P or if it's a B. Kelp, it's a dog. You can tell. Hear me again, kelp. You don't know if it's a P or it's a B. So we turn it into the feminine and we say kelba. So you can hear that it's a B. Kelba. I'm not saying kelpa. You hear it? I'm not saying kelpa with a P. I'm saying kelba. So it's a B. Now we have bite. You can't tell if it's a T or if it's a B if you don't know how to write it properly in Maltese. You say bite. You don't know if it's a P or if it's a T or if it's a D. So we turn it into the feminine. We say baida. So you can hear that it's a D. Baida. I'm not saying baita. I'm not saying baita with a T. I'm saying baida. So bide ends with a D. Habib, a friend. When you say the word Habib, you don't know if it's a P or it's a B, the last word. But then you turn it into the feminine and you say Habiba. You can hear that it's a B. I said with a P. Habiba. We don't say Habiba. We say Habiba. So the last letter, it's a B. Shellug. Shelluk, shellug. The same, you don't know if it's a G, a G, it's a G, or it's a K. So you turn it into the feminine. Here I made a mistake there. This is not there. On the G, we don't have a dot there. And we say shellugia. We turned it into the feminine, we say shellugia. You can hear it, G, shellugia. I'm not saying shellukia. Shellukia, I'm saying shellugia, so it's a G. Here we have leus, leus. You don't know if it's a S or if it's a Z, leus, what means almond, leus. So we turn it to English and we say, to feminine, sorry, we turn it to feminine, we say leuza, leuza. So you can hear that it's a it's a Z. Leuza. We don't say leusa with an S, leusa. We say leuza. So you can see that we use the Z. This short video to remind you of the ebook that I wrote about the Maltese language. Many of you follow me because of the videos I make of the Maltese language, and so I decided to make this ebook. It only costs €2 and you can download it on your mobile, on your computer, anywhere you like. In the description you will find a link that will take you from where you can buy it. Hope that you find it useful. I'm going to talk about something about the consonant ein. In our alphabet we have this ein. Ein in the beginning of a word is silent. For example, we have ar, that means cave, ar. Elii, fields. Oli, which means high. Asfur, bird. As you can see, as you can hear, when I say ar, you are only hearing these two words, these two letters here. Ar, you're not hearing these, only these two words you're hearing, ar. Here we have elii, elii. There's an ein in the beginning, but you're not hearing it. You're hearing from here, elii. Oli, oli. As you can hear, I'm only saying oli. These, you're not hearing them. Asfur, asfur. Only these you're hearing, the ein, you're not hearing it. So, in the beginning of a word, where there is an ein, it's silent. You don't pronounce it. Now, ein in a word is not silent only when there is akka. We have an akka in our alphabet too. It's an H without the head cut here, akka. After it, now after this we'll talk something about the akka too. So ein in a word is not silent only when there is akka after it. So here there is not an akka. So ar, that means worse. Lap, he played. It's in the middle of a word, as you can see, the ein. So in the middle of a word and without an akka after it, the ein is silent too. Ar. Lap. As you can hear, you're not hearing the ein. I'm not saying the ein. It's silent. It's in the middle of a word, but without an akka after it. Now here it's not silent because it has an akka after it. Tachom, tachom, it's theirs, and as you can see, as you can hear, ein and akka, we pronounce it as an h. Tachom, tachom, or mahom, with them. As you can hear, I'm saying mahom. You can hear an H. H. You can hear a H. Mahom. Tahom. It's not silent because it has an akka after it. So it's not silent. Here it's silent in the middle of the word because it doesn't have an akka after it. Lab, UR. It doesn't have an akka, so you're not hearing the H. Here, you hear the akka, you have the akka after the ein, so we say tahom, mahom. So it's not silent. Now, ein at the end of a word can be silent or not silent. When it's silent, we use the apostrophe. When the ein is silent in flock of instead of ein, we don't write ein, we write the apostrophe. For example, this one, zazuch. Zazuch. It's at the end of the word. So, the ein, it's not silent. Here in the middle, it's silent. Zazuch. Here we have to make. Here, it's silent. In the middle, it's silent. Zazuch. As you can hear, I'm not saying this one. Zazuch. Now, the ein in the middle, it's silent. Because it's in the middle and it doesn't have an akka after it. But here, it's not silent. You can hear H, zazuch, because it's at the end of the word. Zazuch means youth. Here we have bich, he sold. Bich, it's at the end of a word, so we can hear the H. We pronounce it bich. You can say bich, because it's at the end of a word, he sold. So it's not silent. Now here we have shama. Shama, it's a candle. And here we write it. We don't write an akka. We don't write a nine. We put an apostrophe instead of a nine. We put an apostrophe, candle, and it's silent because we put as an apostrophe. The ein is silent, shama, and the apostrophe, and the ein is silent. Talk about the consonant akka. The akka, about this one we're going to talk, because we have the akka and we have the h. These are both different letters. These are different letters in our alphabet. H, this we pronounce it as h, the h with the head cut like this is the h. But then we have the akka. This many times it's silent, not always, but many times it's silent. Now I'm going to tell you when it's silent and when it's not silent, and when it's not silent, how we pronounce it. So, when akka is in the beginning of a word, many times it's silent, but other times it's not silent. So, we have examples here. We have aun, that means here, and em. That means there. As you can hear, aun. You're not hearing it, so it's silent. Aun. You're hearing only aun, aun. So it's silent. Em. You're not hearing it, em, which means there. So here, it's silent, and it's at the beginning of a word. Now here it's not silent. We say hini. Hini, it's happy. Hini, as you can hear, I'm saying it and pronouncing it as a h, like this one. I'm pronouncing it like a h. Hini. So it's not silent and it's in the beginning of a word, but still we write it akka. We don't write it h like this one. We write it as an akka. Hini. But you can hear it. It's not silent. So now, in a word, it's not silent when there is ein in front of it. In a word, it's not silent when there is ein in front of it. When it's written in the middle of a word. In the middle of a word, it's not silent only when there is an ein in front of it. But when there is no ein, it's silent in the middle of a word. Maybe I didn't write it, I didn't explain it well. I'm going to say it again. For example, we have here, akka, it's in the middle of a word, as you can see. It's in the middle. So when it's in the middle and it's alone, it's silent. Here we have shar. Shar here means month. As you can hear it, I'm going to say it again. Shar. You can't hear it. Shar. Here we have dep. Dep means gold. Dep. You can't hear it, so it's silent. Dep, gold. Dar. Dar, here it's the back of a person. My back is hurting me, for example. That is dar, when it's written like that. Dar, it's the back of a person. My back is hurting me. Dar, dari, at yujani. And as you can hear, dar, you're not hearing the akka, so it's silent. Now here, we have it in the middle of a word too, but we have it with an ein in front of it. We have it with an ein in front of it. So we pronounce it as a h, mahom, with them. Mahom means with them. As you can hear it, h, mahom, tahom, theirs. So here it's not silent because it has an ein in front of it. So we pronounce it as a h. Ein and akka, we pronounce it as a h. It's in the middle of a word, like this. It's in the middle of a word. But the difference is that this, they have the ein in front of it. So we pronounce it as h. Here, it's alone. It doesn't have an ein in front of it. So we don't pronounce it. It's silent. Shar. When at the end of a word, you pronounce it ch, but it is written akka. So when we have a word with akka at the end of a word, it is written as an akka. We pronounce it as a ch. For example, here it's at the end of a word. Bich, with it. Bich means with it. As you can hear it. Bich, you can hear it. With it. It's at the end, but still we write it as an akka. We don't write it as a h. Ser-uch, they stole him. Ser-uch, it's an akka, but it's at the end of a word, but we pronounce it as a ch. Ser-uch. Abduch, they got him. Abduch, you can hear it. Ch, abduch. It's written as an akka, but it is pronounced as a ch. And that is something about the consonant akka. Some words where we use the akka and the ein. Akka and ein. We have the first one, ena. Ena, that means happiness. Amara. As you can hear, I'm not pronouncing the ein because it's in the beginning. Amara, furniture. Ainuna, the ein is in the beginning, so I'm not pronouncing it. Help. Iya, the akka is in the beginning, so it's silent. Iya, she. Akka in the beginning, silent. There. Asfur, ein in the beginning, it's silent. Bird, asfur. Arusa, the ein, it's in the beginning, silent. Arusa. Allim, at the beginning, it's silent. Uwa, akka at the beginning, it's silent. Uwa. Now here we have akka at the end of the word. Akka. Ikrach, it's at the end, so it's you can hear it. Ikrach, that means ugly. The ein, it's at the end of the word. Smich, so you can hear it. Smich, because it's in the end, at the end. Bich, it's at the end, again, the ein, so you can hear it. Bich, it's not silent. Now this one, it's bih. This one, it's bih. Bih. Bih kollox. He sold everything. And this one, it's bih. The yaket's at the end, so you pronounce it. Bih. With it. It means with it. Bih. With it. Fih. It's at the end. Fih. So it's not silent. Zazuch. Now here we have it in the middle of the word. And then we have it at the end. In the middle, it doesn't have an akka behind it, so it's silent. Zazuch. It's silent, and at the end, so here we have to make another, I forgot to make it. Zazuch. So in the middle, it's silent, because it doesn't have an akka in front of it, behind it. But at the end, it's not silent, so we say Zazuch. Dmuch. Dmuch. It's at the end, so we pronounce it. Dmuch. Beyih. It's at the end, the ein, so we pronounce it. Beyih. Ujich. Ujich. It's at the end, so we pronounce it. Ujich. So today we talked about the consonants that resemble each other. We talked about the consonant ein, and we talked about the consonant akka. Hope that I explained myself well and that you understood what I explained. If you have any questions, be free to ask me in the comments. I will try to explain what you didn't understand. Hope that you found this video useful. Bye for now.